Hey everybody, welcome to Wrap Reviews. We're here today at Sarita's Taco Shop.
Roll that intro.
Alright guys, so we're here at Sarita's Taco Shop in Spring Valley, and today we're going to be tasting and rating their California burrito. So let's see what we're working with here. It's feeling pretty good. First impressions are pretty positive. Tortilla's feeling pretty good. It's nice and crispy, but it still has that structural integrity.
I definitely like the nice leathery feel on it, and that's in a good way. You can really see a lot of the good creases as you press into it. Gives it a little elasticity. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check on over with the specs on this thing.
Sure thing. Okay, first things first, let's take a look at the ingredients. This burrito's got carne asada, french fries, shredded cheese, guac, sour cream, and doesn't have pico de gallo. It is 8 inches long and clocks in at about 567 grams. And the price for this burrito comes out to $9.
Alrighty, let's dive into this one. French fries are definitely looking pretty nice for me. Nice and crispy.
The thing that stands out the most is like the sour cream and the cheese and the guac. Sometimes the guac feels a little overpowering.
Impression on the beef right away was I didn't taste it a lot. Kind of like the same reasoning Adrian had. Was the guac really came in strong with the flavor. So where I tasted it a little bit, and I just immediately tasted guac.
Kind of average on the meat, I think. A little chewy. It's not too greasy though.
I think that it could be a little bit more tender, and that's why I'm not giving it like super high marks, but
Well, the beet is a little bit above average. It is a little bit dry.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, Richard, you concur?
completely agree, dude.
Yeah, meat's a little bit dry. It's not,
It's a difficult balancing act with the burrito meat. You know, trying to not be too dry, not be too greasy. This is a little more on the dry side. I think something I personally prefer. I gotta taste the grill, you know.
Yeah, you want it to be seasoned by the grill.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how much of that I'm getting with this, to be honest.
I think for me, something big this thing's missing out on is some pico de gallo. I really think this burrito especially needs something to punch through the other flavors, especially considering kind of how dry it is.
When it comes to the fries, I really like the texture. I like how they're really crisp. I like how you can bite into it and you can feel it biting back a little bit. I think overall with the burrito, I don't know if it complements it well because it's so dry in a way.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the fries are just kind of falling into a similar boat as a lot of the other characteristics, in that they're good, but they just don't stand out really.
I can't complain about how they sorted everything. Like, I'm not getting anything dripping out. I'm not getting anything leaking out when I take a bite. I'm not getting a guac mustache.
I am completely with you on that. I think distribution on this burrito is pretty good. It's there's no sour cream legs. There's no guacamole holes. It's pretty even throughout.
I'm kind of like coming to agree. It's got pretty good distribution, which can be a huge fault for a lot of places that have like decent ingredients, but they nailed it on that, I think.
Yeah, I'll stand by what I said. These French fries I think are pretty good. They're nice and crispy. They don't feel really starchy, really thick. They just have a light crisp to them. Soak up all the other ingredients. All right, y'all. Let's get into some scores on this. I think for me, definitely feeling an 8.1. Yeah, like I said, French fries are definitely the positive thing about this burrito. Nice and crisp, nice and light. I think the biggest thing holding this burrito back, and I think this is pretty important, is the carne asada. I think the flavor for me is pretty decent, but it is pretty dry. It's not like desert dry, but it could use a little bit of juice. Guacamole, sour cream are pretty standard. Same thing with the cheese. I would actually say the guacamole here is a little bit above average, but yeah, 8.1.
I'm definitely feeling a solid 7.9. I stand by what I say about the packaging. I think it's packaged fantastic. I think that it's above average in that department. I think the textures in this burrito could use a little bit of work. I don't think they're bad. I think they're good. When I'm looking at something that they can improve, it's definitely finding more stuff that can soak in more of the juices. And the fries are definitely starting the show, but in a good way. Yeah, 7.9.
So, bit of a controversial opinion. I'm gonna go with a 6.8 on this burrito. I'm sorry to offend all the Sarita heads out there. I know this place is very beloved, being a San Diegan. There's a lot of word about Sarita. It's just like a little bit above average for me, really. Like, the dryness is a pretty big factor for me, to be honest. Not loving the guac. Nothing too negative, though. If I was in the area and I wanted a California burrito, this wouldn't be my first choice, but I could go away feeling satisfied from this place.
I do think maybe it could get a little bit more love, you know, being an all-around average burrito, you know, average, you know, around 7. I'm sorry, but there's just better burritos out there.
So averaged out, that's going to be a wrap score of 7.6. Thanks for tuning in.
Make sure to go ahead and click on the link down below so you can follow us on all our socials to keep up with Rap Reviews.
You can also support us on Patreon using that same link.
That's a wrap. Oh, you made sure to like the video, right? Right down there? Awesome. And then you made sure to subscribe, right? Cool, just making sure.